Hey guys, today on Drinking the Stars, Norman Reedus from Walking Dead sticks his finger in my ear. Welcome to another episode of The Wraps, Drinking the Stars. I'm Greg Gilman, and today I'm drinking some beers with Walking Dead star Norman Reedus at Riviera 31 at the Sofitel Hotel in Beverly Hills.
Cool.
How you doing, dude?
I'm good.
Thanks so much for coming and drinking with me, man. I appreciate it.
That's my pleasure, man.
Yeah, all my Facebook friends were impressed.
Oh, right on. I have Facebook friends.
There's been a lot of talk about Daryl's sexuality. And I think Robert Kirkman I think he was the one who strongly suggested Daryl is gay.
That's not quite right.
Okay.
What happened was he was doing a panel, and there's a lot of times in the comic book they cross-reference comic book characters with ours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, Dale was the one in the comic book that was eaten by cannibals, you know, and in the comic, or in the show, we had somebody else do that.
Yeah.
They sort of, you know, give little stories in the comic book to other people.
Okay.
But there's a character in the comic book named Jesus that he's gay and he's a badass. And so somebody in a panel asked Robert, is that going to be Norman's story? Is that going to be Daryl's story? And he said, well, we talked about it. And the talk about it then came from Frank Darabont at the end of season 1. I was with him, and he said, let me throw something at you. What if Daryl were gay? And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, he's like the type of gay, like, if you asked him if he was gay, he'd be like, I'll kill you. But he was. But he comes from that background where he couldn't openly admit his sexuality. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. That will mess people up. Let's do that.
Yeah.
And we didn't ever do it, but it was talked about, right?
Okay.
So when Kirkman answered that question, he said it was talked about. That's, I think, kind of...
That's where that came from. Well, I'm really glad I answered that question, or asked that question, because I think that clears up a lot that fans are talking about.
I was down to do it. I thought it would be super interesting.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, I mean, like, regardless of whether he is or is he not, you know, do you even think it matters if they address his sexuality one way or the other? I mean, do you want to see Daryl have some kind of romantic connection on the show? I mean, for a while, people thought you and Carol were
I've
a
heard
thing.
me and Carol, I've heard me and Rick, I've heard me and Denai.
I never noticed you and Rick, but I see it now.
I was sort of like throwing rumors out that me and Steven. But, I mean, the truth is, you know, one of the things I like about Daryl in particular is he's so non-judgmental. Mm-hmm. It's what you do and what you say and what you follow up with more than anything. You know, like he'll look you directly in the face and he'll either believe you or not, and he's not a liar. And he expects you not to be a liar. Mm-hmm. But it's nothing to do with your sexuality or your skin color or any stupid crap like that. It's more about, are you a stand-up person? And I feel like in that world, that's the biggest asset. You know, that's the trait that you want most in everyone you meet. And you know, it's one thing. I mean, once you make out with somebody or kiss them or bone them up against the wall, it's done forever. You know what I mean? And I kind of like the awkward.
The tension?
I like the tension and the awkwardness of getting to know somebody and making mistakes. And in that world in particular, it's what a great world to make mistakes in. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of mistakes being made in that world.
Absolutely. You know, I think also on a television show too that you have time to do stuff. Sometimes little mistakes and awkward things turn into storylines, and it's nice to have that freedom and that time to explore that and find happy accidents that can turn into something meaningful. So, you know, I don't know that Daryl's the type of guy that's just going to be like, hey, I got moved anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, it's deeper than that. And why not explore something deeper than you know, making out?